What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another moto vlog. So if you guys can't tell, I am definitely out in the hills finally. Super excited to be out here. If you guys are curious as to if I'm ever going to get my quad out to the hills and do some trail vlogs, that is definitely going to happen. Right now I'm just trying to kind of make everything work. Obviously I don't have a pickup. Well, I guess I'm telling you guys, I don't have a pickup and I don't have a trailer. So it kind of depends on a few friends I have who, one of them has a pickup. So I'm going to try to see when he's heading back to my hometown so he could possibly pick it up for me and bring it out here. Ooh, yeah. I'm in 5th gear, this sucks. Still made it up to 100 though, you know how we do. Oh my god, tight corner. I'm super pumped. I want to get the quad out on the trails ASAP. I mean, that's really fun. I hate driving the four-wheeler on the street, honestly. It's just not meant for it. I mean, it's like fun for, you know, a week. And then after that, it's just like, like, I just know how much more fun I could have if I was, like, on trails instead. As you guys can probably hear, that's my buddy on the FZ1 right next to me. We're headed out to the hills just to do a little riding. I haven't gone out riding yet. This is my first ride out here with you guys, so should be pretty fun. Hopefully we don't crash, fingers crossed. Holy crap. What the heck is that place all about? The fun zone? I don't even know. So this is Keystone, guys, if you're not familiar, which I'm sure you aren't. It's just a little town basically out in the hills. I mean, there's nothing here besides, I mean, like 100 years ago, this is kind of like a gold mining hotspot, I suppose you could say. But there's really nothing here besides, like, I don't know, 10 motels and a lot of tourist attractions and stuff like that. We're out here just right after Rally, so it's about 2 weeks after Rally, so it's still pretty busy. We still got a lot of tourists out here, people that want to avoid the traffic and all the craziness. They come out usually a week early, or they come out a week or two later, so that's why you're seeing a lot of people out right now. But yeah, like I said, this is Keystone, South Dakota. Here's some more scenery. We got, you know, Subway, Dairy Queen, all the essentials, and of course the typical Harley riders. One really nice thing about being out here at this time is everyone's really nice. Everyone's on vacation having a good time. Oh, see, look at that. Even the cars are nice. I honestly hate right turns. I don't know what it is, but I can turn left so much better than I can turn right. There must be some, like, science behind that. Maybe because I'm, like, left foot dominant or something. I don't know. Oh. Look at the scenery, guys. It's so much better than city riding. These little roads that like split off like this are actually super fun. You have like your own little personal lane. No cars to worry about. As long as you know like when they curve, they're super fun. Jeez, my buddy's ripping through these. Holy crap, man. Look at that though. This corner is one of the best corners. Just the view is just amazing. So, kind of a fun fact for you guys, I actually made a second video for you guys that I was planning on uploading. Keyword planning on uploading. I was going to do a how-to video on changing the rear brake pads on the Daytona here. The only problem is I am an idiot and I forgot to plug the audio jack into the GoPro, which I film with, so it has better audio. So yeah, the video has like basically zero audio because the GoPro is in the case and the audio doesn't travel very well. The GoPro mic sucks. And I know changing the brake pads is like the easiest thing on a motorcycle, but I know like whenever I don't know how to do something, I definitely YouTube it and just make sure I have the process down. And I did that for you guys and it was a great video. It's just it has no audio. So next time I have to change the brake pads on the Daytona, which I probably will actually have to soon because I only did the rears. So I'll definitely probably make a video on changing the front ones soonish. So I know this video is kind of all over the place and it's probably going to continue to be all over the place. But I thought I'd talk about something that happened to me when I purchased my Daytona. I had the check engine light come on within like the first 10 miles of riding the bike. And as you can imagine, I was just scared shitless. I thought the bike was going to probably blow up, you know, whatever. My pistons were just gone. I don't know. I thought it was going to be the worst case scenario. And what I learned was when something like that happens, when your check engine light comes on, whether it's your car or motorcycle, don't panic. I mean, definitely obviously check it out, like I'm going to tell you guys about, but don't panic. 9 out of 10 times, usually it's just something simple, a sensor or something along those lines just went bad and your engine's completely fine. So let me just elaborate a little bit on what happened. I bought my Triumph Daytona with like 10,000 miles on it. It's 2007. Started right up. I rode it at the guy's house. No problems at all. It's a great sound motorcycle. I mean, the engine-wise, they're pretty bulletproof. So I knew going into purchasing the bike, I probably wouldn't have any problems, or I hoped I wouldn't have any problems. But as it turns out, I probably put... Ooh, this corner's nice. As it turns out, I probably put... no more than, like I said, 10, maybe 20 miles on the bike, and I have my orange check engine light illuminate. I was scared. I was like, my bike's gone. I just wasted, you know, thousands of dollars. So when my check engine light came on this bike, I immediately, you know, went to the Googles and I found TriumphWrapForums.com. This is not an advertisement or anything like that. I'm just saying that's what I did and that's what I found and that's who helped me. Let's just take a minute and take in the views here. I love riding out in the hills. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. we got some horses over there. We got nice open fields. We got entering Custer State Park. Cattle grade there. If you guys don't know what that is for, it's because it's an open range. People can take their cattle out here and graze out here. There's no fences, so you know you can run into a cow if you're not, you know, careful. Anyways, I think I got off topic a little bit. So what it ended up doing was reaching out to the guys on Triumph Rat, and they told me immediately to just get an OBD2 cable, and that is able to hook up to my motorcycle, and then you download Tune ECU. It's called Tune ECU. You can just download it for free online. The cable I think cost me $30 for a good one, and that is able to read any check engine codes. It gives you, you can retune the bike. It gives you a whole set of options just to review the health of your motorcycle. Ooh, look at that vent. Dang, I don't know if that was a split window or not. I couldn't tell. So as you can imagine, once I received my OBD2 cable in the mail, I was super eager to plug it into the bike and figure out why my check engine light was on. But what it turned out to be was just my exit valve had gotten stuck and the sensor was, you know, tripping the check engine light. So if you guys don't know what an exit valve is, it is a valve on your exhaust system which opens and closes depending upon your varying RPMs on your motorcycle. And manufacturers put the exit valve on your motorcycle to marginally improve power numbers, torque numbers, and things like that. It has to do with back pressure to the engine. So once I learned that it was my exit valve, obviously I was super relieved, because I knew at that point, you know, exit valve, not serious, not engine related really at all. So at that point I took to the forums and tried to learn how to fix the issue. And it turns out there's kind of two things you can do to get around the exit valve situation. You can either fix it by lubricating it, you know, taking it apart, just making sure it has full range of motion and everything like that, and possibly replacing the servo. My servo was good, I do believe. It's just the valve was pretty corroded, I believe, and just sticky. But the other way you can manage this problem, and I say manage is because it's not really a fix, it's just a solution to your light coming on. You can actually correct the exit valve problem in Tune ECU itself. That's how powerful the program is. I mean, you have access to the exit valve, your engine, your throttle bodies, the tune, I believe the headlights, and what other thing? Oh, the air intake flapper, just a whole set of stuff. Oh, these corners are so nice. I wish I could go faster, but I can't. Usually I take them at like 60. It's just I gotta get used to the bike and the riding. I haven't ridden like this in like 3 months, so it's gonna take me some time. I love the fact that Triumph made this bike and most of their bikes with reprogrammable ECUs, because it allows the user to, you know, do whatever they want really, and that's really the nice part about it. If an exit valve goes bad, I can just disable the valve altogether into an ECU and just lock it in the open position and I'm good to go. No check engine light. And Triumph did us a really big favor with this because you don't need to buy a power commander for the Daytona 675 and a lot of their other bikes because the ECU is reprogrammable. Looks like my buddy got one car ahead of me, but he didn't get very far because there's another truck right in front of him. 3 trucks. Oh my god, this is impossible. Triumph just eats these corners, man. Game Fishing Park. Cool thing is, there's not a chance in hell he could catch up to us even if he tried to pull us over. So I know my story probably doesn't apply to most of you guys because obviously you probably don't have a check engine light to deal with, but you know, stuff happens. Maybe you'll get one in the future. The reason I thought I'd try to share my story with you guys is just because it's really not worth freaking out over until you know that, you know, your engine blew up. My scenario turned out to be the best case, but it really is 9 times out of 10. It just turns out to be a faulty sensor or something like that. Holy crap. Those were all like deer or elk antlers. The landscape, guys, is just insane out here. It's so beautiful. Motorcycles use extreme caution. That's always a good sign. No pun intended. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's go. And just like that, more traffic. And Mount Rushmore is just around the corner. There it is, right there. It's pretty amazing they did that like almost 80 years ago. Actually, I think it has been 80 years, I don't know. So I know this video's kind of been all over the place, and I apologize for that. I'm not trying to make excuses here, but it's just a lot harder to focus because riding here just requires a lot more attention and thinking than it does like riding in a straight line on the street. If you guys could just bear with me for the next couple videos, I'll probably get sidetracked and you'll probably notice that. So guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys want to come back for next Saturday's video. And as always, don't forget to hit that like button below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next Saturday.